There's some note takers in here, or some blank filler inners, whatever you want to title yourself. Here we go. Point number 1. Get your pens ready. It's out. Okay. We are more productive when we are connected with others. We are more productive when we are connected with others. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their work. When I think about working, the picture that comes to mind is a yoke. It's the thing that ties 2 cows or 2 ox together, that together in the farming culture of years ago, and even now when we were in New Jersey, we went over to visit Amish country over in Pennsylvania, and you would see this, and the oxen would be together at the neck by this wooden yoke. And what it does is it multiplies the power from 1 and it divides it among 2. And the interesting thing is as we navigate life and just the things that we find ourselves against sometimes, a lot of the things that we experience in life would be so much easier to do when we're connected with other people. I think about in the life groups office here at Bay Life Church. If you were wondering, I'm glad you're wondering, let me tell you, life groups predominantly land in 3 areas. They care for one another. The people connected to those life groups, they care for one another. They intentionally and strategically grow to be all that Christ wants them to be in their relationship. And then they make an impact in the community and in other people's lives and in each other's lives. But recently, actually over a year ago, there was a local gentleman who lives less than a mile away from here, and his yard was terribly overgrown. And I was wondering about this because I would pass his house every day to work, or just as I would go about my day. So one day I stopped in and I just kind of introduced myself and, hey, my name's John, and I just noticed his yard was terribly overgrown. It was a jungle, and I just kind of wanted to get to know him for who he was, and wondering if I and a team of other people could help him with his yard. Well, come to find out, he was a man who lived by himself, who is battling with Lou Gehrig's disease, diabetes and other things. In other words, he couldn't care, obviously, for his house inside or out the way really that it should be taken care of. So we in terms of a lot of us men here at Bay Life cleaned his yard up. I mean, we hauled things away, thousands and thousands of pounds of shrubs and bushes and those sort of things, and it was great. Well, recently I got a call from this gentleman, and he said, due to a bunch of circumstances, I've got to move. And he was just kind of reaching out to me. He says, man, I was just hugely blessed by you and what the men were able to do from the church, last year. And I was just wondering, it's like, absolutely, say no more, we're there. So we started this moving process about a month and a half ago. And I sent emails out to life group leaders, and on that first day, I was excited, man, we're going to get this done. So I showed up that first day, and, what should have been obvious when we were there doing yard work, the inside was probably just as bad. So what I thought was going to be a day or two work ended up being a month and a half at different times of getting this guy moved. Just navigating through the things in his home. And there was a lot of those days that I had help. And there was a lot of those days that I didn't have help. But I remember the last Saturday, this guy had to be out. And I sent out another email. And basically, please help. That's basically the message. And I said, I hope to see, some of you guys in the morning at 8 o'clock so we can get this guy finally moved. And I was just so overwhelmed and encouraged from the guys who showed up and the cars and the truck after truck. And we together, yoked together with my brothers in the Lord, got this guy moved. And what I thought certainly would be an all-day affair, we had him out of his house in 3 hours. In 3 hours. That's one small example of the power of more, and the power of connectedness, and the power of together we can do more, and together we're more productive. The second point, or let me just mention another passage of Scripture when we're connected with other people. Proverbs 27:17 comes to mind. As iron sharpens iron, so one man or one woman sharpens another. When we're connected with other people, they help us to be better than we are on our own. We're more productive when we are connected with other people. Number 2 is being connected with others is your spiritual AAA plan. Now, how many of you are card-carrying members of the AAA? I happen to be one of those. Have been now for about 8 years, and I must say, there's not been a year that's gone by that I've not called this one little 1-800 number on the back and had to give them where I'm at, tell them what's going on, because practically there's things that you just can't plan for always, and it's nice to have some security knowing that help is a phone call away. Well, as I started thinking about the AAA plan and the membership and the benefits, you have a flat tire, you call, right? What about, spiritually speaking, I think of our lives having flat tires as when we're in a place that we're not really experiencing any growth. And we're not really going anywhere. And being connected with other people helps us to be going somewhere and helps us to be better and helps us to grow and to become who Christ wants us to be. I think about you go to start your car early on a cold morning and your battery's dead. You can call AAA. They'll jump you off. How many of you didn't want to get out of the bed in the morning because you just didn't feel like you had energy anymore to go another day? But when you're connected with other people in an intimate level, they're there to energize you and bring you back to life and get you going again and give you the energy and the encouragement that you need. So spiritually speaking, it's important to be connected with others. Another benefit to AAA is minor adjustments. Maybe it's just this or that. Maybe your battery cable's a little loose or whatever. Here's the deal. In life, we need minor adjustments. And on my own, there's blind spots that I have that I can't see. And a good friend of mine recently said that if 2 or 3 of your friends begin to tell you you have a tail, you better turn around and look. And it's the importance of being connected with others because by doing that, they can help you to see your blind spots. And I'm not perfect this morning. I've got blind spots, and I'm sure before the day's over, somebody's going to call me and tell me one of them, maybe. I don't know. But when we're connected with other people, we can help each other see our blind spots so we can become better and we can become more who God wants us to be. What about towing? You ever needed a tow? I have. You just feel like you're done. You're over. You don't want to go anymore. Being connected with friends helps you and picks you up and lifts you and encourages you to say, hey, we can go. We can go another day. We can go another week. We can go another month. I'm praying for you. That's what being connected with other believers, the benefits of doing that brings. But not only is AAA a kind of a crisis helpline, you can go on their services, on their website, and there's all kinds of proactive helps on there that helps you. Maybe you are planning a road trip. You can see where the construction is in advance, so you can kind of go around that and save time. Maybe it's saving, some money or whatever the case may be, but together with friends, you can proactively kind of chart the course together so that when you get there, it's easier and there's not these unexpected things that you wasn't able to think about on your own. That's another benefit to being connected with other people. I'm reminded of the commercial. Many of you may remember. It hasn't been on, I don't think, for a while. But it's the older lady, she falls down, but she pulls out her necklace and she says, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." Does anybody remember that? Being connected with other people is basically that. I've fallen and I can't get up. I need your help to come alongside me, to come under me, to support me, to get me going again. That's what being connected with other people brings. It's our spiritual AAA plan. Number 3, winter seasons of life are more comfortable with friends. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Now, culturally, he's speaking, the natural tendency in travel is, I know that it's hard to believe, but in other parts of this country and other parts of the world, there's this phenomenon called winter. And think about opening your freezer, and it's cold in there, right? Think about ice. Okay, ice outside. That's what winter is. We don't experience that so much around here. But in your life, there will be winter seasons. Many of you may be going through a winter season right now, and you're not sure exactly what you're going to do. When we're connected with other people, it's warmth that comes into our lives when we're connected with other people. It's warmth that they bring, even though it's cold. And maybe we've gone through a winter season or in the middle of one right now with our economy. Maybe you recently have lost your job. You're in a winter season right now. Maybe, I know that this has been an interesting 2008. My father-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's disease. Many of you had to say goodbye to loved ones who you loved in 2008. Those are winter seasons. Those are the natural things that we have to navigate in life. And you might not be in a winter season right now, but you're going to be there. And you don't always see that coming. Sometimes it just happens.